What's up, beatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD coming at you with a little video that was requested by one of my viewers. They hit me up at submissions at thegeekgetaway.com, said, hey, you missed this video from October from Smash JT. I want your thoughts on it. Maybe you could do a little reaction. And because I give my fans what they ask for, what they want to see, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this video right now. See what it is that Smash JT says, see why Pat the NES Punk hates the Amico. Hopefully Smash JT has the answer and we can find out together why Pat hates the Amico. Let's go ahead and get into this video.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash TV. Just finished watching the CU podcast, giving their thoughts on the Intelligent Amico and how it is. I don't think they say the word scam, but they definitely heavily lead people to think that's what it is. They talk about how sketchy and concerning this console is, and I mean, let's just be real. Let's get this out of the way right here. I think those of you who know me by now know where I stand on the Intelligent Amico, and clearly.
All right, first off, he tries to imply that Pat and Ian say that it's a scam, but then he backs off, says no, they don't really say it's a scam, but they kind of imply it. But so now Smash is already off the bat. He's asserting a certain narrative. He's trying to ascribe motive to Pat the NES Punk and Ian, and it's kind of telling that he focuses more on Pat than Ian, because I guess Pat got that name recognition. Ian, he's off to the side. A lot of people know Pat because Pat was doing videos long before the CU podcast. Pat was out here, he was making his money, he was hustling, he was doing what he got to do, doing the grind. So people know him more. He's the more well-known member of the CU podcast. So that's why Smash, he's going to focus on Pat. And he says, Pat and Ian are talking about the sketchiness of the Intellivision Amico, some of the goings on. And he's kind of implying that there should be no concern, that we shouldn't be worried. Now, I'm not saying that it's a scam. I'm not saying that Tommy's trying to defraud anybody or he's trying to take advantage. But you have to understand, what Smash fails to realize is that Intellivision is a brand new company. It is a company being helmed by someone who was never the CEO of a video game console developer. Tommy, he's out of his element. He's trying something new. He's trying to get this console off the ground. And you know what? I hope he does it. I hope he makes it. But there are risks involved in doing this kind of thing. There's risk. This is a new venture for Tommy. This isn't something that, you could just wake up one day and say, hey, I'm going to make a console, and you get it done. So, Tommy, he might not get it done. He might try his hardest, his damnedest to get this thing out and just fail, because people fail. Not everybody is a success. Not everybody can achieve the thing that they set out to achieve. So it is kind of concerning when you see things like multiple delays. It is kind of concerning when you see, they still got, what's the word I'm looking for? Where they're looking for help, job listings. They still got job listings up. Tommy, he's got all of his answers. He'll tell you that it's for a future project. It's not for the Amico. It's for the Amico 2 or some accessories or whatever. And, we got to take his word for it. We can't call him a liar. We can't, say that he's stretching the truth. But it is concerning that things are out there. And, when you notice them, it's good to call them out. Because, Tommy's not going to tell us about the Amico 2. He's not going to tell us about these potential accessories unless someone says, hey, found some job listings. What's up with that? So, you might think that Pat and Ian are being unfair, but really a lot of the information that we get only comes about after someone asks Tommy, the uncomfortable question, what's going on with this? Why are you telling there's 50-50 chance to be a delay? So, without Pat and Ian, a lot of that information would be held close to Tommy's chest. So it's a good thing that they're, questioning, asking these questions. But let's continue. Let's see what else Smash has to say.
You know what happens in this thing. Our stakes are planted firmly in the ground. They're not moving, no matter what happens. And I think that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's important for people to get both sides of the story. The old case scenario and their case scenario, if you will, for an upcoming console. And I don't know what more there is to say about this. I don't know what more there is to say about the Intellivision Amico that hasn't already been said between both of us. It's not out yet, and it looks interesting to me. I'm excited about it.
Smash says he's excited, but he doesn't really say why he's excited. That's a problem that a lot of these pro Amico videos have. It's a problem that a lot of these anti Amico videos have. I just barely put out a video the other day talking about exactly why I'm not interested, why I'm not excited for it. Retro Bro, Cyrus Martin, they put out videos saying, here's the reasons we are excited. So it would be nice to kind of clarify, to let people know this is exactly why me personally am excited for the product, instead of just saying, hey, I'm excited and let's move on. But, that's at Smash. It's his video. He can do what he wants.
Understand why Pat feels the need to continue to rail on this thing. I made plenty of videos.
All right, so he says Pat continues to rail on this thing. Well, if you follow the CU podcast, if you watch their YouTube channel or check them out on like Anchor.fm, you'll know that Pat and Ian, they rarely talk about the Amico. Actually, the only time they really talk about it is whenever there's a big event. The October event, which is that 10/10/2020 event, which is what Smash is referring to here. They talk about the January 1st, the big, the video, the August 5th event. When there's something going on, when something's being announced, something big is happening, that's when they talk about it. They don't just, every week make a video or every day talking about, we hate the Amico. So I don't understand why Smash is making it seem like, that Pat is he's just making video after video after video on this, when he's not. He really isn't.
In the past, talking about why Pat could potentially continue to talk about this thing. He's trying so hard to grasp at any straws of remaining anywhere close to relevance on the platform. And he looks at the...
All right, so he says that Pat's trying to remain relevant on the platform. So Smash JT, with his 14.2K subscribers, he's saying that Pat is looking for relevancy. So you know what? Let's take a quick trip over to Pat's page here. He's got 243,000 subscribers. If we look at his videos, he's getting 14,000, 12,000, 8,000. He's getting a steady supply of views. One of his videos here's got 65,000 views. This isn't an Amico video. So I don't understand why he thinks that he's chasing Amico for views. Let's try to find the last Amico video Pat did. Scroll on down. It's been a while. I think I missed it. I can't. He doesn't even make so many videos that I can't even find the last. There it is. It's right up there in the corner. You guys can't see it because the view is blocked by my beautiful logo. But he got 14,000 views on the Amico update video. He also got 14,000 views on this Sonic prototype. He got 18,000 views on this NES video. He got 18,000 on the KFC console. So what is it that Pat's chasing? What is it that Amico's doing? He's not doing extra numbers for Amico videos. He's not getting all kind of extra views. So how is it that he's chasing the Amico for views, for relevance, for clout, for whatever it is that Smash is trying to imply? Now if we go over to Smash's videos, the man's making 435 views, 535 views. He's kind of failing. He's not making those big numbers. He's not hitting. He's got this one video for 10,000 views for the PS5 controller button sticking. But other than that, he's barely making one and he can't even get 2,000 views. He's got one here. Here's a little clickbait Xbox Series overheating, 27,000 views. But somehow, Smash JT is saying that Pat is chasing clout. Pat's the one who's looking to hit numbers. He's the one looking for relevancy. The guy with 14,000 subscribers is saying that the guy with 243,000 is looking for relevancy. Does that make any sense to anybody? Does anybody, see those two numbers and go, yeah, the smaller channel is the one that's relevant, and the bigger channel, that's the one that's grasping at straws? Fuck, Smash. Do you listen to yourself? Maybe you should drive around the block a few more times and get some of these thoughts out before you hit record.
Go as his next Coleco Chameleon champion, where he was writing about the Coleco Chameleon, got a ton of new Patreons, got all these people tapping on the backboard. He wants to feel that again. And I'm not going to dive too.
All right, so he's saying that Pat's looking for that the Coleco Chameleon again. He's looking for that big hit. So If we look at Pat's videos, if we hit this sort by most popular, when I hit that button, the Calico Chameleon should be the most popular video. There should be at least one in the top 5 that's a Calico Chameleon video, right? Because that's the height of his fame according to Smash JT and everybody. Let's see. Bayou Billy, 1 million views. It's not Calico. Bohemian Rhapsody, not Calico. Redtron, Alicia Dragoon, Nintendo World Championship cart, Deadpool movie test footage. Fuck. Wow. All the way down here to like the third. No, it was 1, 2, 3, fifth. The fifth column is we get a Calico Chameleon video. 265,000 views. Now that's good. That's really good. And you see that was 4 years ago. Now, 2 years ago, the Channel Awesome video did 304,000 views. So, even within the Calico Chameleon's time frame, even within, after the Calico Chameleon, he had videos that did better. So the Calico couldn't have been the height of his fame. It couldn't have been the best that he's ever done. So that whole idea that the Calico Chameleon, was the height where he's trying to chase back to that Calico doesn't make any sense. The numbers don't add up. But of course, Smash probably knows that. He could probably, look up the videos himself, but he'll just say this thing. He'll just keep repeating it until you believe it, because that's the narrative he wants to spin. He wants you to believe that Pat hates this, that he wants to try to make this the new Calico Chameleon, because then he can say that Pat's full of shit because the Calico was fake and the Amico isn't.
Details of that, because I've already covered that in a video before. I will link it above here if you haven't seen it. Please watch that video. Pat is not railing on the Amigo for the sake of railing on the Amigo. His angle is to gain attention, gain views, and most importantly...
Well, everybody wants to gain views, Smash. That's why we make videos. We make videos to gain views. Pat The Nes Punk, he makes a podcast to gain views. He doesn't do this just for, shits and giggles.
Gain donations, which is hysterical to me that he continues to rail on the price of the Amigo. When it's a real thing that will be coming out just because it's delayed doesn't mean it doesn't exist and won't happen. And he's looking at that as, oh, look at this, I was right, it's a failed console, it's a bunch of ported mobile games, this thing is useless, no one needs this. Yet he has a Patreon and wants people to give him money for free and not get anything in return.
Okay, first off, these two concepts are completely different. See, a Patreon is if you like someone's content, you give them money, and sometimes you get perks for giving them that money. And you do get perks for giving Pat money for his Patreon, including being able to access the full CU podcast. You get the little in-between cuts. You get to answer the poll question. You get to read Ian's writings every week. So you do get something. It's not for nothing. It's not for free. You don't just throw money at Pat and he says, thank you. And the Amico, that's a product. That's a product trying to get you to buy something. These aren't exactly, one-to-one kind of comparisons. You're trying to say that Pat telling you that the value of an Amico is somehow wrong because he wants you to give him money for Patreon. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
I find that hysterical and quite hypocritical. Why would you rail on a console that is real, tangible, and has, to me at least, value? Yet you are okay with having a Patreon, which I, again, don't have issues with Patreon either. Do it. I mean, do your thing, make your money. That's how it works. It's capitalism, baby. But you're okay with people giving you money. But you're not okay with people giving Tommy or Intellivision money.
Pat has never said that he's not okay with people giving Tommy money. He said that if you pre-ordered it, he hopes you get a console. He says if you pre-ordered it, perhaps you might be concerned about some of the things, but he's never ever said, I don't want people to give Tommy money. I'm not comfortable with people giving Tommy money. Tommy shouldn't be getting people's money. He's never ever said that. If you can find a clip of Pat saying that, send it to me and I will fucking put a video up saying how wrong I was. Because I can guarantee you, I've never heard Pat say that. And I've never heard Ian say that either.
Because why? I mean, seriously, why? What's the reason here? What's the answer? Tommy has multiple times, and I've already said this a bunch, but I'll say it again for those of you who missed it. Multiple times Tommy has reached out and asked if you wanted to see this in person, asked if you wanted to come up and tour Intellivision headquarters, asked if you wanted to play it, to absolve any...
And they said no. Pat and Ian both said they don't want to go over to Tommy's house and play his Intellivision Amico. Is that a problem? Do they have to, or like somehow required to go over to Tommy's house and play the Amico in order for them to talk about it?
Any kind of concerns and issues you have with this thing, and you have continued to refuse any further contact with Tommy, and you hide behind the veil of you don't trust the guy, so why would you go and investigate this thing? It was just paper thin.
That's actually not what they said. If you listen to the CU podcast, if you listen to the words that Pat and Ian say, they've said time and time again that they're coming at this from the angle of a consumer, of the everyday consumer. The everyday consumer doesn't get to go over to Tommy's house and try the product. They don't get to go over there and get all the inside information, get the tour, get the Spider-Man bed. No, the average everyday consumer only gets to go over to the website, gets to go over to, the Twitter account, the Facebook. And that's the angle they're taking with. They're saying, this is what the average everyday consumer sees, and this is what we're going to report on.
A true YouTuber who is reporting on something and giving their opinions on it would want to find out as much as possible to give the best well-rounded opinion that they can. Unless Pat's saying that you can't trust yourself, so if you do go see Tommy, he's going to somehow manipulate you into thinking this is something that's not, and you don't trust him, and you don't want to fool you, so you're just not going to go down that road with him. Which is just...
Again, you can be a true YouTuber and not go over to Tommy's house and play the Intellivision. The Intellivision should be marketed by the company as best as it could. And the website should have all the pertinent information you need in order to make a purchase of the Intellivision Amico. You shouldn't have to go over to his house to play it in order for you to get a picture of what it is. You shouldn't have to go over to his house to play it in order to cover and discuss the things that they put out, their promotional material. The idea that you can only talk about it if you see it, you can only, discuss it if you see it is fucking ludicrous. There are plenty of products, plenty of things out there that people don't experience firsthand, movie trailers, things like that, that we see and we discuss and we talk about based on not actually trying the product yet. Hey, this is a trailer I seen for the movie and here are my thoughts of it. Here's my first impressions of this demo. I didn't play the whole game, but I played this little fucking section. The idea that Pat and Ian are somehow not real YouTubers because they didn't go to Tommy's house and try out the Intellivision is fucking ridiculous, and it really needs to stop. It really shows how little of an argument you have that you think that not trying a product like the Intellivision, by going over to Tommy's house and getting special treatment is somehow wrong. Look, you went over there, Smash, you played the Intellivision, you had a good old time. That's great. You're coming at it from the angle of somebody who got special treatment from Tommy Tellerico, the CEO of Intellivision. Pat and Ian are coming at it from the angle of somebody who doesn't get special treatment. Somebody who's just an average consumer looking at this from an outside perspective. These are two both valid perspectives to have on the Intellivision Amico, and the idea that you think that theirs is invalid but somehow yours is more valid is fucking ludicrous.
Okay, but with that all being said, every time they get the chance to rail on this thing, they do. And the way that they go about attacking it is just so pointless. There's no value in what they're saying. They're saying all these games are repackaged mobile games. Who would buy them? Okay, if that's how you feel about it, first off, that might be some of the games, but it's not all of the games. And
Okay, first you said that there's no value in what they said. And then you agree that maybe some of the games are repackaged mobile games. So which is it, Smash? Is what they're saying no value, what they're saying is complete bullshit, or what they're saying have actually some kind of merit? Is what they're saying actually, legitimate criticism?
I like to think you, as a businessman, as you try to defend the video game industry, would understand the fact that if you are a new kid on the block trying to make it in the video game industry with a new console, and you don't have billions and billions of dollars to do so, that maybe you might, I don't know, try your best to get a console to market, and then from there get as many games as you can to market, and then from there...
So basically what Smash is saying is if you're not a big boy, if you're one of the smaller guys, you should just rush your product to market, get it there as fast as you can, get a bunch of shovelware on there because, fuck it. You just want to get a product out, and then you'll go ahead and, make good products and get people interested. That's fucking stupid. Maybe Pat and Ian are saying, hey, these games, they don't look that good. Maybe you should come up with the 10 out of 10 games off the bat instead of the 7 out of 10 games.
There, build up an established audience and brand with that, and then hopefully go into some more in-depth game experience.
So you want to build up a brand off of old mobile games. You want to build up a brand off of these experiences that people don't really like, yet somehow you want to continue this brand. This is fucking ridiculous. This makes no sense.
Experiences, once you know that you have solid backing, once you know that there's a foundation of people that have invested in this, it just makes sense. Pouring all your money into this, that Tommy is doing, by the way. They try to keep the angle that this is crowdfunding or something, or that Tommy is taking these pre-orders.
So he should pour all of his money into it. But instead of putting out the best product that he has, he should just put out a decent product until people are on board. I mean, seriously, Smash. You're supposed to be smart. You're supposed to be, this very intelligent guy. Yet your argument is fucking paper thin. Your argument is so fucking stupid that I feel dumb just having to tear it apart. I feel bad to having to tell you how stupid your argument is. Stop that, please. Come with something better. We're like halfway through the video and you haven't said shit that made any sense.
Without finding a console, people. That's how pre-orders work. Tommy said it's fully refundable, it's $100 pre-order, and if you don't want it, you can get your money back. So there's those things attached to this, and Tommy is making a brand new console. I don't get the issue with making videos railing on this thing if you don't like it. I guess beyond like the initial 1 or 2 or even I'll even give 3 videos. But how many videos you're going to make would be sick.
So now Smash is saying that there's a certain limit you can have. You can make 1, 2, maybe 3 videos, and that's it. After you make 3 videos on a certain product, after you make 3 videos on a certain subject, that's it. You have to move on. You're no longer allowed to make any videos. This is despite the fact that, in television is continuously putting out new information, new videos, new marketing. No. You've made your 3 videos. You're done. Stop it. Now, I do notice that when people are putting out positive videos, no one's telling them that there's a specific limit. You can make 100 positive videos. You can make an Amico video every day as long as it's positive, because no one's going to tell you that that's too many. No one's going to say, hey, maybe you're being a little bit obsessive. Maybe you're talking about stuff that, you should pull back a little because you're making too many videos. No. Good videos, you can make as many as you want. Bad videos, no, you're limited to 3. You can make 3 and that's it, according to Smash.
Same points every single time. And oh, by the way, many of the points you made have been disputed and validated and have been flat out lies. Like even in this most recent.
So he says most of the points that Pat makes have been disputed. Yeah, of course Tommy's going to dispute the points that Pat makes. That's Tommy's job. Tommy's going to say, no, you're wrong. Just because someone disputes a point doesn't mean that they are wrong, in fact. It doesn't mean that Pat and Ian are lying. It doesn't mean Pat and Ian are somehow confused. It just means that Tommy's disagreeing with their take.
You insinuate that Tommy doesn't have a team over there, that these people are hired guns that...
Again, this is completely false. This is a false narrative that you're building, Smash. They never said that, Tommy doesn't have a team. They didn't say that Tommy's got hired guns. All they said was these particular people that they didn't realize, because in the video it shows that they worked for a particular company that was designing the product, designing the Amico. They didn't realize that Tommy went ahead and hired them full time. They made a mistake. I don't see how that's a big deal. Oh no. They thought that the 2 designers didn't work for Intellivision directly. They worked for a company that was hired by Intellivision.
They're not part of Intellivision. I've met them. They are part of Intellivision. So if you would actually take the time to talk to Tommy and find out what this console actually presents to the end user, what Intellivision as a company stands for, who they are, why this is a passion project, why they care so much about it, and why...
Shouldn't all that information be on the website? If this information is so important, if this information is so pertinent to the product, if you need to know this kind of information, shouldn't it be on the website? I hate to keep saying it. I hate to keep saying and repeating myself over and over and over again. But if this information is so fucking important to the product, it should definitely be on the website.
Why is it something that is not for everyone? That's clear. You don't have a white kids, as far as I can tell. Or kids, as far as I can tell. You're not the target demographic for this thing, currently. And that's okay. You don't...
Now he's saying, Pat and Ian don't have kids. They're not the target demographic. This is his way of dismissing them. This is his way of saying, you know what, guys? You can move on. You don't need to talk about it. You're not the target demo. He fails to realize that Pat and Ian have an audience that wants to hear about it. They want to hear Pat's take on it. They want to hear Pat's opinion, Ian's opinion on this thing. So, they're not going to move on just because they don't have kids, just because they don't have a family, doesn't mean they can't give an opinion on a product. No, Smash. You don't get to decide that.
Have to be. Like, not every item that gets sold has to be for everyone. And all I'm saying is, for me in my position, in my family wagon right now, I have a wife, I got kids, and we like playing games together. We play the Wii U still. We have a blast with that. And I would like to think that this would offer an experience that is truly unique and different.
So this is a man that's played the Amico, but he would like to think that it's going to offer the same kind of experience that he already has. You played it. You should know that it's going to offer this experience or not. You shouldn't like to think. You're the guy with the inside info. You should know whether or not Tommy's going to deliver. You should know whether or not the Amico is going to deliver. You shouldn't like to think. You should know.
that other game companies are doing. And from that perspective, I'm interested. I'm excited. I think there's potential from that angle. Do I think that it's definitely going to be a success and everyone's like, I don't know that. I don't know. But I sure as hell, I'm not going to keep railing on something if I don't know if it's something that is going to be successful or not, or if I don't have any points to make about it that are new or valid or anything like that. It's just weird. It's just weird. It goes to show, like,
It's just weird to him. It's weird. He doesn't understand why Pat and Ian might talk about a product that's releasing new videos. He doesn't understand why Pat and Ian might talk about a product that their audience is interested in. That's weird to him.
I was saying initially, that Pat has ulterior motives in this. He's trying to gain personally, financially, from the downfall of this.
He says Pat is trying to gain financially and personally from the downfall of the Amico. Pat makes videos. He makes a podcast. Everything he talks about, theoretically, he wants to financially gain from. It's like saying, every podcast that he makes, if he's talking about Nintendo, if he's talking about Sony, if he's talking about fucking Bert and Ernie, that he's trying to use them to make money. No shit. That's his job. He makes fucking videos. He makes a podcast. That's how he makes his money. That's how he gets his brand out there, his name. Just like all the videos you make, Smash. Every time you make a video about something negative, or every time you make a video about a product being bad, or having PlayStation having sticky buttons, you're trying to profit from it financially. From the downfall of Sony, you should just stop. You should stop making videos that have any kind of negative spin, because you might profit from them, and I know how you hate for people to profit off of something that ends up falling apart.
This product. It doesn't mean that it's going to fail. It's just that Pat's angle, trying to get the hate machine rolling. And I read through some of the comments on the video today, and half the people say, I just came to watch you bitch tax. I love when you bitch. Like, I get that too much on my videos. People just love hearing you bitch. So I get it. It's encouraged by the audience. But at the end of the day, I don't get this coming from someone who is...
So he gets it that it's coming from the audience, but he doesn't get it. So you know for a fact that the audience wants to hear Pat's opinion on this. They want to hear Pat bitch about the Amico. They want to hear Pat talk about it. But at the same time, you don't understand why he's doing it.
Is literally a huge NES fan, and these games on the Amigo, I guess you could say, are similar to NES-style games, and you are not giving it the time of day. Why do you like NES?
No. I don't think I've seen a single game on the Amico that I would say is an NES-style game. Not a single one. Astro Smash, not fucking Cornhole, not Skiing. None of these look like NES-type games. I mean, none of these look like Mario. Or fucking something that, is a single player like a Zelda. None of these games look like that. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to your audience. These games that we've seen so far are pretty much, in television retro reimagined style games. They're small, 15, 20, 30 minute experiences. They're not like Nintendo games. They're not like NES games. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's a fact. These are not the same kind of games that you would play on a Nintendo.
Yes, nostalgia? Why do you not like Amigo games? Because it's new? I don't get that. If you like NES games, it stands to reason you'd be interested in a console focusing on that style of game. Except some of these games, in fact, most...
Yeah, if they were making NES-style games, I'm sure Pat would be interested in it. But they're not making NES-style games. So your fucking reasoning, your logic is just fucking flawed and wrong.
So then we're going to apply the family aspect to it, or party game aspect to it, and the LED lights are going to be heavily involved on some of those party games. That's another thing. Like, they were really about the LED lights and the style of this thing. The LED lights are an integral part of some of the games. I saw that firsthand when I played this at the television.
So because Pat and Ian don't like the lights, because Pat and Ian are saying that the lights are kind of silly, that's a problem? They can't have an opinion on the fucking lights? They have to like the lights? I think the lights are going to cause a fucking seizure, in my own opinion, but, I haven't played it yet. I haven't tried it.
Headboards. That was a fantastic addition that totally changed the entire reflection of the game. It's a complexion of the game, as far as it's concerned. And they're just writing it off without playing these games, without seeing what involves with them, and making fun of these pre-alpha games. They want, like, full-on, ready-for-release titles that are...
Yeah, they're making fun of these pre-alpha games. They do want ready-for-release titles. This is the October 14th video from Smash. The Amico was supposed to be ready on October 10th. Now, not being able to manufacture the console, that's understandable. We got COVID, we got all kind of manufacturing backed up in China. That's fine. Saying, you know what, we can't make enough consoles to make a successful launch. That's understandable. But how the fuck are you going to tell me that you're not able to get any of these games done? Not a single fucking game from Intellivision is 100% complete. And that's from Tommy Tallarico's mouth himself. He says, some of the games are as far as, like 98%, 99% complete, but nothing is 100% complete. This is a console that was supposed to launch on October 10th. How was it going to launch if none of the games were complete? What is it that you need to get done for these games to be complete that you couldn't get done because of COVID? I don't understand. You got people that could be in a room. You don't need 100 people in the room together to fucking develop a game. You don't need 100 people in the room together to fucking test the game out. So I don't understand. Maybe there's something that I'm missing that needs to be done that can only be done, with 100 people in a room together in order to fucking get these games complete. Maybe there's some kind of special code that I'm missing, some kind of fucking development thing that I don't know about.
Brand new original titles for a console that is not out yet. And it's not, again, the ability from the perspective of this is like a gigantic game company. It's not. But I'll tell you something. Who else wasn't a gigantic game company when they first came to the scene in 1983 in Japan? Nintendo. They made a couple of arcade games. Donkey was probably their most prominent one back then. But before that, they were known for a handful of cards and some fun toy contraptions. So it's just funny to me that the Pat and Ian taking the angle of, if they're not all...
So what you're saying is, if you're not a big company, if you're a small guy just starting out, no one should fucking criticize you. No one should say anything negative about you. They should all give you a pass. Do whatever the fuck you want because you're not one of the big guys.
Well established and successful, it's a failure. It's like, it reminds me of...
Pat and Ian have never said that it's a fucking failure. See, this is again, you're putting words in their mouth. You're saying things that they didn't say. Pat and Ian have said that, they don't think it's going to be successful. They don't think the audience is there. They don't think it's going to sell 1 million fucking units. But they didn't say it is a failure so far. They didn't say it is completely failed because it hasn't launched yet. Like you said, it's not even out yet.
YouTube in a way where people look at Pat The Nes Punk as a successful YouTuber, and he looks at himself as an influencer. But he wouldn't be in that position without James Rolfe from Cinemassacre literally handing him that success. So Pat doesn't understand.
This is one of the biggest lies. Yeah, James Rolfe did give Pat a little bump early on. James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd, he did help Pat out. He did, give Pat a little boost. But I mean, Pat's held on to his audience. Pat has grown his audience since then. He's not at the same numbers that he was at when James Rolfe gave him the little boost. So for you to act like, his career is all James Rolfe, it's a fucking lie. Yeah, James helped him. James gave him a little push. But Pat has cultivated an audience. He's made things his own. He's done his fucking, he put in the work. He hustled. He did what he had to do, and he's got an audience now. And you just kind of sound jealous. You sound like, you're thinking to yourself, man, if only I had a James Rolfe and someone gave me a little boost, then I'd be up there with Pat. And you know what, Smash? You wouldn't, because you don't have it in you. You're not very entertaining. People don't watch your videos because they like you. People don't watch your videos because you have an entertaining personality, because you're fucking funny, or you're witty, or you're charming. People watch your videos because you involve yourself in a lot of fucking bullshit drama. They want to see what kind of fucking bullshit drama you got stirring now. And if you look at your numbers, if you look at the videos that you got, nobody's watching you play games. No one's watching you fucking unbox shit or go to GameStop and fucking harass people. No, they're watching them videos when you're talking about other YouTubers. They're watching them videos when you're fucking trying to get Destiny FOMO kicked off the fucking platform. Those are the videos they watch. So don't act like you're fucking some big time YouTuber who's gonna look down on Pat and say that Pat fucking needed James Rolfe, but you fucking, you're the great YouTuber man.
What it takes to be successful. He doesn't understand what it takes when you're the underdog, when everyone's counting you out. He doesn't understand that most companies have to start from somewhere to get to be successful somewhere else. And that's the way I'm looking.
You keep saying that Pat doesn't understand these things. You act like fucking, Pat's this big dummy. He just fucking got handed a platform. He didn't do any work. He didn't fucking say anything. He doesn't have any fucking experience. He hasn't been around. He just fucking one day just showed up. James Rolfe made a video with him, and boom, Pat just has a career now. No. That's fucking dumb. And you should feel bad for saying things like that. You should fucking feel bad for actually saying and believing these dumb ass things that you say and believe.
Television right now. It's been a long time coming, and I'm rooting for them all the way. I don't know for sure if it's going to be successful. I don't know for sure if it's going to fail. Nobody knows. But the way that Pat and Ian are handling this argument to make it look like this is a pathetic attempt at a money grab by Tommy, which at the end of the day, if Pat and Ian took the time time to meet Tommy and see his passion for gaming. See how many consoles he has in his house, how many games he has. Like his house is a freaking museum. I've done the video. I poured it.
What the fuck does that matter? Tommy can have the biggest fucking museum of games in his house. And at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that he's going to be successful at building a fucking console. He could love video games more than anybody else in the whole fucking world. And that doesn't mean that his idea is going to be a fucking winner. Okay? So, again, Pat and Ian don't need to go over to fucking Tommy's house and play fucking Intellivision with him.
And I was blown away by how much Tommy cares about video games. Not just making the music for the games, but actually playing them and enjoying the experience. And I'd like to think there's something to be said for that. Clearly, Pat and Ian think differently. And I mean, to each their own, they're welcome to their opinion. But again, how many times are you going to blast the company for trying? That's not cool. Like, if you don't like it, tell your audience you don't like it. Tell them why you don't like it. But covering it continually and giving the same rationale.
So tell your audience why you don't like it. Tell them why you don't want to fucking, you don't think it's a good idea. But only do it so many times. Only do it 3 times, right? That's what you said? You can only do it 3 times. Smash, you're a fucking idiot. And you still haven't actually answered the question in your video. Why Pat The Nes Punk hates the Amico. You haven't told me why. I mean, you've told me a lot of things that aren't true. You said a lot of mean things about Pat. But you haven't actually said, this is why. Here's 100% undeniable proof as to why they hate the Amico.
No reason for why you think it sucks. It's just not adding anything to the conversation. You're welcome to do it. I just think it's kind of weird and it kind of exposes you to the fraud you are, Pat. I'm going to leave it right there. Thanks so much for watching.
It exposes you as for the fraud you are. Fraud how? How is he a fraud? What is it that he's saying that he is that he isn't? What is it that Pat is trying to do that you think that he's lying about? Please, enlighten me. But you won't because you have nothing. You see, this whole video is just an attack video. It's just for you to get clicks. This is your attempt at trying to get some of that clout. You see, Pat is a big YouTuber. We've seen his numbers. We've seen your numbers. And you wouldn't be talking about Pat if he was just some nobody. You don't make videos talking about why does Tony TGD not like the Intellivision Amico? Why is Tony making so many videos? Because I'm a nobody. There's no clout to be gained from attacking me. Nobody's going to fucking smack you on the back and say, good job. You fucking put that Tony TGD in his place. No. But if you attack Pat, if you fucking make videos on him, people that don't like Pat, they're going to say, yeah, good job, Smash. Let me sub to your channel. Let me give you a little thumbs up. Because that's what you want. That's what this is all about. This isn't about Pat not liking the Amico. This is about Smash JT trying to get some of that clout. And it's fucking sad. Pathetic. Look, dude. If you want to fucking build your career off of trying to fucking ride the coattails of other people, go ahead. I mean, you can do it. You've already done it. You got 14,000 subs. You'll probably get 20 by the end of the year. No problem. But how many of those people are going to actually give a shit about what you say? How many of those people are going to actually give a shit when you want to do something that's not fucking railing on other people? Now, maybe I'm a nobody. Maybe I'm just a big fucking idiot who doesn't understand anything. But at the end of the day, I could look at my videos and I can say, you know what, I'm proud of what I put out. I'm proud of the fact that some people, whether it's 3 people, 10 people, 100 people, they actually give a shit what I say. They want to hear me speak. They like what I have to say. But you? Nah, Smash. These people don't care what you say. They don't care who you are. They just want to see somebody be tore down. They just want to see some drama. And you give them to them. You say, here's all this drama. And the second that you get off the platform and someone else does it, they'll follow that person. They'll follow that person who's getting involved in the drama. Because that's what they want. Not Smash JT. They want drama. But you know that. That's why you make these fucking videos. That's why you fucking stir the pot. But me, I don't really want to stir the pot. I just want to let everybody know that you're a big fucking grifting, clout-chasing bitch. And if you got a problem with that, you know where to find me. But as we say on this channel, love, peace, booty grease, we out this bitch.